Clear. Clear.
Cool. All right, cool. Y'all trying to hit the middle again? Or what y'all trying to clear the outside?
Just hold the door.
I don't know. You know everything, so
All
come
right,
on.
come on.
No, I don't know shit, bro.
I just know this map because I.
Look, you. Oh. Look at that. You see what happens?
Needs to be watching the door.
Yup,
I know
yup.
it sounds really boring sometimes, but
That's exactly why.
Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Ready or Not and 10 mistakes players commonly make. So let's jump right in. Common mistake you will find people making is that once you are clear and in an area and you're securing the area and holding it down, people do not hold doors and cover these doors. So before you know where you're going, this is important to know simply because, as in this example that you're about to see here, someone comes from the far door while no one is watching. We're about to leave this area, but it's important that you're still covering the area that you're in. As you can see, it cost us the life of one of our teammates. So make sure you are covering those doors at all times. So make sure that you are utilizing flash grenades and any other stun grenade effectively. If you throw it, your intent should be to go inside the area. Otherwise, you're just losing the effect of the grenade. Another common mistake you will find people making, as you can see in this clip, you can cover the door while allowing people to go in and outside of the door. So if they're getting shot, they can retreat back into cover. You don't need to secure people as you are entering a new space. Try to focus on grabbing and containing the space, controlling the space before tying anybody up and blocking the door. As you can see, people are stopping at the door, and the doors are commonly known as fatal funnels for a reason. Another common mistake you will find people making is the one where people cross your line of fire. Now, it's been pretty clear, and I just sit here for quite a while until everyone's done clearing the area. I've already cleared my section, and I am stacked on the door, essentially, ready for anybody that's going to come through, because this has happened before. I played this level many times, and this is a sore point for a lot of people. They will die when this door opens. And as you can see, it took a lot of running around, looking around, and everyone's just very disorganized, and usually people aren't communicating very well. When a door is open, usually it should be clear. Most of the time, you can drop a chem light for this. A lot of people don't do this, but this is something you definitely should do. But as you can see, it's just poor formation, running around, crossing the line of fire, because if the door was to open during any of those moments, I would not be able to return fire on any target that would enter through the door. So another mistake that players commonly make is splitting up away from the team. Now, unless this is a plan where you split up and it's done on purpose, then it's fine. A lot of the time, people will split up without a plan, and it's so common these days that whenever I join a lobby, it's almost guaranteed that one person's going to run off and die. Occasionally, there will be a person who will split off from the group, and they'll ramble and clear the whole area. But generally speaking, on harder modes, it's not going to be the case, and sometimes you're just risking your life for no reason. Play with the squad, cooperate, and things will be a lot easier. So another mistake people make is not using your helmet cam. It can avoid you using friendly fire on a lot of targets if you are aware of where your team is, especially if you're clearing a space with multiple corners or angles. You really shouldn't be kicking open a door solo, as it does sound like most enemies, when they come through the door, they will kick the door. And as you can see, even I shoot at a person that I thought was an enemy simply because of them kicking that door. That is a more niche thing, but it's something that is imperative to understanding and cooperating with your team. As you can see, I could have turned my helmet cam on and kind of seen if that was an enemy or not, but a lot of the time, since I've played for so long, a lot of people usually don't kick doors, especially on the harder difficulties, simply because it alerts everyone to your presence and allows them to return fire through the door, as they do have armor piercing rounds most of the time. So avoid doing this. So whether you're new at Ready or Not or are a veteran, sometimes people just don't really have enough confidence clearing a door, or maybe don't know the techniques. This is kind of what can happen. People kind of are unsure of themselves, not really sure what to do, looking around kind of aimlessly and not really sure how to do anything or where to go. As you can see, like, this is a bunch of uncoordinated people. No offense to them. They look like they are running around aimlessly, not really sure of what they're supposed to be doing. It took a very long time, as you saw, just to open that door and get one person in, and then everyone kind of scrambles around. Just make sure if you're going to do something, do it, and do it 100%. Don't do it half-assed. If you're going to go into a room, open that room, check the corners quick, and then get in that room. Okay, so there's a lot going on in this clip, and it's going to take a little bit more to explain this, but essentially what's happening here is that no one is really in a position to control the area. As you can kind of see, like, there is a target who is obviously a suspect. He has a weapon, and we've cleared this room. Essentially, we told them to get down, and we are inserted into the room already, and no one decided to turn this target around. I actually entered the last into this room, technically speaking, and I saw this suspect, and he had his hands up, and then he drew his pistol, so I had to take him out immediately, and no one was there to kind of give me support in any meaningful way. Here's a continuation from that clip, and as you can see, there are a lot of things wrong. I'm sure you can probably spot all of them, but the first one is poor positioning. They are unable to help me and assist me in any meaningful way. I am covering the biggest line of threat by myself. Someone could just simply walk beside me and I can scoot over and we can challenge this area and control this area. And then number two, someone throws a flashbang, as you can kind of see, and they don't capitalize it. They don't go into the room. I mean, obviously you hear some firing back, so you wouldn't want to go into the room, but not being ready to capitalize on a flashbang can be very wasteful. And then the next part of this is poor positioning. No one can really help me in the situation that they're in. They're all kind of against a wall, very scared of that door. And that's fine, but everyone needs to be stacked up in a meaningful way to where if there is a threat that comes in, they can protect me. There is one person covering the stairwell, which is totally fine, but a lot of the other locations that people are in, they're not in any meaningful way covering or protecting me. I am essentially covering the whole entire group. If someone was to come through the door that I am covering, let's say I die, they are going to be in a really bad position and pretty much an undefendable position, since they will have not enough time to react. There's going to be definitely one casualty if someone was to rush in and attack this room. So here's a really simple one. It's just cleaning up. It's really easy to, after you've cleared the room, to be very clear, pick up some weapons and tie up some civilians if there's a civilian to secure, reporting dead suspects or incapacitated suspects. It's very easy. It takes a little bit of time. Lets everybody catch up if they are in other rooms. A lot of the time, you're not really, there's no downside to this most of the time. If you are just playing to play, then that's fine. Make it known. But if you are playing to try to get some level of passable grade, or you are trying to get a higher grade to try to unlock various unlockables and customization, then it's going to make it a lot easier and a lot quicker, so you don't have to go searching around for one pistol that somebody didn't secure. Or obviously, if no one has been securing anything, you have to go around and retrace all of your steps and try to get everything that you've already secured. So this is similar to another situation where I said you shouldn't be running off, and this is another kind of important thing to note. If you do run off, or if there's a plan where you get split up, make sure you are putting chem lights down, putting various trails to let you know that someone else in that area is friendly, turning on your flashlight, especially since they have cleared a lot of this area. There was a couple dead bodies, which was a little bit of a clue, but I saw another target that was unsecured, so it looked like no one or someone had died. So I was clearing this area, so I thought there was an enemy, and I ended up shooting somebody who looked very much like a enemy. So try to identify yourself, leave identifying marks. It helps. Something small can sometimes make a big difference. So the biggest mistake I see people making all of the time is that they are too eager to start shooting. They want to get into the fight, and that makes sense. I've gone through a whole mission without even shooting. It sucks sometimes, but you gotta temper your expectations. This is not a war zone. This is a SWAT simulator kind of game. You need to take your time and let people, if they are doing well, you don't need to jump in there and try to make things more complicated. So as you can see, I am taking out these targets and I'm doing a lot of shooting, and a lot of people are deciding to follow my lead and stick behind me. But it's important that they were covering the rear of where I was covering. As you can see, I'm taking some shots and I get behind cover and everything's going really, really well. But things take a turn for the worst when somebody comes from behind. They came from behind and no one was watching because everyone was really focused on the action and not covering one simple angle, the other angle, the only other angle they could come from. So make sure, once again, you are covering those angles. Do not try to get into that combat. Just take your time. I know it sucks sometimes. If you want to be point, just say, hey, I'm taking point. You can get some action too. There's always going to be room for more action. Someone's going to die, you can take their spot. But if everybody dies, you're just starting that mission over and over and over again. And for a level like Grease Palms, especially on hard, that's going to happen super frequently. So the big takeaway is just try to be patient when you are doing this. Take on a role, as I said before, and try not to always want to be getting into the action. You can clog doors or other sight lines that people are already holding and managing by themselves. And it takes away from protecting yourself from other angles, as you kind of just saw. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
Clear. Clear.
Cool. All right, cool. Y'all trying to hit the middle again? Or what y'all trying to clear the
Hold the
outside?
door. Just hold the door.
I don't know. You know everything, so
All right,
come on.
come on.
No, I don't know shit, bro.
I just know this map because I.
Look, look at that. You see what happens?